Yeah, I got my Nintendo.
You got a Sabu?
See, now this right here, though, Nintendo television.
Whoa.
Nintendo built into a television.
What? Where did you get that from?
I got it from a guy that ran the Infinite Bits convention out here a couple years ago.
Yeah.
His girlfriend broke up with him. He got heartbroken, sold me all his shit.
Okay.
Including a box Nintendo.
Dude, holy shit, you got a Sega Master System?
I have a Master System 2 as well.
R-Type?
Yeah, that's the original Master System. And then that's the Master System adapter for the Sega Genesis. And then I think hidden back in here somewhere is the Master System 2. It's back in there somewhere.
You have an Atari Jaguar?
I have every system. Every major system.
Joe, you were like, oh, this shit is the shit.
There's one system I'm missing. It's this system right here. Neo Geo AES. I don't have that because it's fucking $300, so I'm not willing to pay that right now. One of my newer acquisitions was this. You know what an EverDrive MD is?
Never heard of it. What is that?
It allows you to play every Sega Genesis ROM on the Genesis.
Okay.
So I can play every Genesis game
On the Genesis?
on one game cartridge.
So, is this...
So-
this
so-
is a game cartridge in here?
Not in there. It's in the system.
Oh.
So, like right now, put it on, and put the Genesis on.
How much is one of these?
Oh, about 120, but it's every game. Then you just go like select game, and you got Genesis. I have it by letter, and there's Darius 2, Dark Castle, David Robinson's Supreme Court,
David...
everything.
When you said David
Dragon,
Robinson's...
Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3.
You said David Robinson's Supreme Court, I'm
You can
thinking
also-
of David
you can
Robinson in a
also-
courtroom.
You can also play every Master System game, including Brazilian hacks like Battle Maniacs that was made for fucking Master System that never came out in the States. It was only fucking Brazil.
What is that? I see Bonkers Wax Up. What is that?
No, that's another Brazilian game. They made a bunch of games in Brazil that were almost like hacks. Like Dynamite Headdy never came out in the States, but it was for the Master System. This came out for Genesis.
Is Dynamite
Oh, I
Dude there?
remember Dynamite Heady.
Yeah, but it came out for Genesis, but not for the Master System. What's up?
Dynamite Dude?
Yeah. So, like,
Jaws, I used to love this game. It was super competitive.
then you got 32X games, but I have to have the 32X hooked up to play those. Ton of fucking games. That's just Genesis, and then I got Super NES. Has the same shit. Every Super Nintendo game.
So what are your what would you say are your more like valuable sentimental items that you've collected?
Now, there's a difference between valuable and sentimental. Like valuable, I got a fucking boxed Nintendo control deck. I also have downstairs a boxed copy of Cat's Run for the Super Famicom. You've never seen the man cave before?
Nope, this is the first time we're interviewing him, sort of.
Yeah, doing a
And his-
fucking pseudo interview right now. Now, another rarity is I got a boxed Odyssey 2 up here.
Holy crap!
And then there's a video pack, which is a 233-in-1 multi-cart that has every Odyssey game that's ever came out on it. So I didn't have to buy every freaking Odyssey game because they're pretty hard to locate, even though they're really cheap.
And I heard you make your own custom boxes sometimes for some of the games.
Yeah, right there. Right up here I have custom-made boxes, like a lot of these I get off the coverproject.net, like this Battletoads.
That looks pretty official, most.
And then I have ones that I made, like Battle Kid Forces Apparel. I took the artwork from Civat Games, the actual developer.
I've never actually played the game. Is that pretty good? Looks like a Mega Man type game.
Yeah, if you can see right here, it's the screens are Mega Man, but you only get one hit and you die. And it's really brutal. You kind of go about 8 or 9 screens and you get a save point. We went through and we beat it a few times, but I made this case like myself.
It looks pretty badass.
Yeah, there's a few that I've made. Most of them I get off the cover project because it's a pretty damn good site. But I mean, if I need to make them, I can make them too. And then,
Danny, I think, is here like
Well,
drooling.
There's some games here that look like TNC Surf Designs. I used to play this with my neighbor all the time.
Oh man, that was a pretty good game.
That was pretty fun. Though I think it was like the skating was cool, but the surfing was bullshit.
I would bet you $100 you haven't played a game that I have right here.
Go show. All right.
You don't want to bet $100.
I'm not betting $100, but go ahead. Mario Adventure. I've never. No.
Nobody's ever heard. No, what this is this is basically the lost levels of Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay.
You play through this game, and they actually have seasons for the freaking levels. It's really brutally freaking hard. You can choose from the first 7 worlds, and then you have to find a secret key to unlock the 8th world.
So this is
the
like
8th world, every level you have to fight Bowser at the end of every level, and there's like less and less bricks that you get, and there's like lava. It's crazy.
So that's like this Japanese version of Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah, that was
was like
the
a
lost
harder.
levels,
Yeah,
but
the lost.
this one's a complete custom-made game. Somebody made a custom-made ROM hack. And then there's awesome.
Oh wow, yeah, dude, they have to. We were actually talking about it the other
Ever
day.
see the ransom?
There needs to be like a sequel to that.
There is going to be a sequel to that. They're releasing it on the Wii. It just got announced actually recently. And the irony is that most people don't know is that they already released about 7 sequels to this game in Japan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's like it's like Rike Kunio-kun, all these crazy games, and there's like 7. I mean, really, River City Ransom's the second one, and there's a game. I think I have this right.
What was that, Danny?
This is the first game.
Oh wait, we have
I
to.
love it.
Yeah, since
Oh.
today is Friday the 13th,
Today
we
is
have
Friday
to.
the 13th.
It is. I didn't realize that.
That's why
That's
we were
the
watching
party.
Friday the 13th.
Nobody-
But this is actually the first River City Ransom game. Renegade.
Oh yeah,
Renegade.
Remember
Ah,
this.
that was.
It's not as good. It doesn't have the same mentality, but it's made by the same guys. There's also,
Double Dragon.
and then of course next to it I have this game, Rekka, which is Summer Carnival '92. It's a Hudson Soft carnival that they had for shoot 'em ups, and this game was debuted at it. It only came out in Japan, but this is another kart modification game.
I know you told me you had like one of the like championship cartridges.
Yeah, they're all repros from Retro Zone. This is kind of Campus Challenge World Championships. They're all reproductions though. Can't afford the freaking real ones because they're like thousands of dollars, and I have a wife, family.
And talking about championships, you do hold some records for
Yeah.
some of the games.
Super Punch Out. I went and did at Infinite Bits actually. I went with the judges and I played through and beat Gabby J in like 8 seconds or something.
That's where I recognize you from.
Maybe. And then I went through also and looked back in my Wave Race 64 records, which I think I have my copy down here in a custom case. Hello. Wave Race 64. I looked at my old memory card and every single one of my times was under the Twin Galaxies record. But I didn't do it on video, so I can't submit the shit.
Nice.
Just like on my website, which I run vgMastersClub.com, there was a chick on there named Amanda, and she basically has every single Punch-Out record, but she doesn't want to submit it to Twin Galaxies because their videos are like, their submissions are too fucking strict.
Right.
But she has every record. Like, she can beat dudes in like 8 seconds on Wii Punch-Out with boxing and shit. And she's just like, yeah, I don't feel like it. It sucks. I kind of try to talk a little S to her, and then she's like, no, I don't really care. I'm like, oh, come on, you fucking would. She's like, no, I don't care.
And what's that up there? Like a gold Zelda cartridge.
Custom made.
It's very nice.
Yeah, Link to the Past never came out gold, but what happened was my wife actually bought one, and I opened her up, and the board was like melted.
And sorry to interrupt you. Is that the original Zelda game for the Famicom over there?
This is the original Famicom Zelda. That's the original Super Famicom Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Then I have then I have custom cases for Zelda 1 and 2. I have the original limited edition box for Ocarina of Time. I have a couple custom boxes for all the Game Boy Zeldas back here. A weird ass like homemade fucking card that I got from my cousin. It's like,
Damn, that is like the old school art.
yeah, and this was
I
like
remember that.
this is like a little bootleg thing you get like at a flea market though. Like this ain't legit at all. But he got me this, so I was like, that's fucking cool. And of course that little tin that you see everywhere right now. But this right here, my wife actually bought Link to the Past, and it didn't work after a little bit, and the board's fried. So I was like, I'll customize it, make it cool. Now what I did do is that I go to a Chibi Pod, I go to some other conventions, and I run like retro gaming tournaments. And I make gold versions of the cartridges. One of them I made was Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and they had to go through and get as many rubies as they could. And one guy got max rubies in 3 minutes or something. He got 999 rubies, so he got the damn cartridge. It's like it's pretty crazy. But yeah, and I did that. I did Mario Brothers 1. I had a gold cartridge. There's a few other games I made custom cartridges for. This one's like, this one for me, but it's not even doesn't even work. So.
And I know you got some like old school posters of some of the posters that came with the game sometimes, or the systems, like on the walls
Yeah,
over here.
they're all over the place. You can look around, just like Master System up there in the corner. Then you got below that, it's Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh yeah, Toe Jam.
A few of these came with
Donkey
Nintendo
Kong
Power like calendar from like a year ago. So there's some newer games like Mega Man 9, The Legend of Zelda, Tomb Raider, and shit like that. It's all like those are kind of newer ones, but some of the older ones like Grand Theft Auto 3. Got some PlayStation Magazine, the original PlayStation Magazine. I got Resident Evil 2 and some Mortal Kombat like Sub-Zero. Old Nintendo Power ones. The thing was, is all my original Nintendo Power freaking posters that I had, I put them up as a kid. Don't know what the hell I did with them when I took them down. So all my good ones are gone. They're MIA.
And you have these are like the I like these. These are like the really old school,
Like old Game Informer.
like all the
Yeah.
old issues.
And then I got my original Atari 2600 freaking manual. This has games that never got released in there.
Like Mickey Mouse?
Dumbo's Flying Circus, Sorcerer's Apprentice. Like, that stuff never came out on Atari 2600. Those were kind of classics.
Wow, what's up with Samus? She looks very retarded there.
Yeah, well, that was the Game Boy ones. It was Metroid 2. Understand? And then this was actually from Infinite Bits when I beat it. For some reason, they never did have this Make Tracks freaking record. But when I got it, Walter Day signed it. He gave me a copy of that 'cause that's what he had. Like, which was kind of cool. But
And then,
and right here, made a copy of Earthbound for Nintendo. I actually got a repro of that recently. I made this cartridge. This is my own custom one. So more.
and I see DuckTales down there too.
Yeah, well, actually, you don't. You see DuckTales 2.
Oh,
I recently got DuckTales 2. It's a pretty rare game. Got it for a decent price.
That was a very good game.
I have every single game that I have is all databased, so I sit there and I try to collect every game that I want right now. So like Bubble Bobble 2 I want to get, but I'm not going to pay $120 that it is right now. So when I find it for a decent price, I'll get it. Stuff like that.
Zoom in on this. It's
Why,
Fabio.
Wizard and Warriors 2 are...
Oh yeah, that is a classic.
See, and then we go
Before
to
he
we
did
go to
the- I
places
can't
like
believe that money.
the flea market, and we get stuff like I got this for $20, which is a Commodore 64 with the actual Commodore 64 monitor, which is rare as shit, and it's like $20.
And those are like all the old school cartridges over there. I see.
Oh, it's just all like those are all doubles that I have. All my originals are over there. Guitar. Then I have another one right there. I mean, sitting right there.
It's like, I don't even know where to point the camera.
Yeah, there's so much. This is only my cartridge-based stuff. I have all my disc-based stuff in the other room. Like, it's sick.